Hi, I'm Laura. This is Zima. Thank you for undressing me. This is not the kind of channel. You can probably hear the sirens in the background. We are in New York City, baby. Everything I'm about to say is from personal experience. This is not medical advice. This is just what worked for me. So use your own judgment, use your discernment. Don't come for me in the comment section, please. I'm very sensitive. Thank you for gifting me with your time and with your attention. I think nowadays that is our most valuable commodity, and unfortunately, and myself included here, we just give it away. We just give it away to everything and anybody on social media. There's so many people. And you can call me Delulu. That's okay. I'm a little bit Delulu. But I also found the Solulu for me. With this video, I intend that this is going to reach the people that really need it the most, and those are my skin healing journey babies out there, like the people that aren't fighting demons on a daily basis, because I feel you, I've been there. But yeah, let's dive into it. I have made it my mission. I hit rock bottom once again. This was not my first rock bottom, and I was like, finally, I gotta start listening. I gotta start changing something and listen to my body. So excruciating, first of all, painful when you can't even eat something without, you feeling like your skin is flaking off your body. It is extremely embarrassing because people look at you, they see it, and you don't know what they think about you. Some of them might be very understanding, and some people make fun of you for it, and it's terrible. I have missed out on a lot of things, or not allowed myself to enjoy my life fully for so long because of my skin. And for the first time in my life, I started to look at my skin differently. I was like, okay, what if my skin is not just inherently effed up? What if my skin is actually my biggest guide? What if my skin is actually here to help me and try to tell me something? What if this entire time my body is not trying to destroy me? What if my body is actually trying to just send me a message, and it just wants me to listen, so it needs to scream louder and louder at me? So I'm gonna figure out how to put a picture in here right now. I was not doing well, and I was in a lot of pain, mentally, emotionally, specifically also physically. My entire life, each dermatologist that I've seen, it was the same diagnosis: eczema. It's genetic, or we don't really know where it comes from, runs in your family, and there's nothing we can do except for, just make you more comfortable and try to work on your symptoms. We use topical steroids. We use medication. My last dermatologist, he was very adamant about me getting on Dupixent. And I am very fortunate that I live in the United States, and I have, for American standards, really good health insurance. So I was actually able to get Dupixent. And this is not me saying that if you're on Dupixent, you shouldn't be taking it. Everybody's different. This is just my story. But nobody ever really talked to me about the link between emotional well-being and your skin, and overall your approach to life and your skin. This diagnosis of eczema, the way it's described in textbooks and the way it's treated, it just doesn't resonate with me anymore. I have had the diagnosis of eczema pretty much for as long as I can remember, since I was a baby. I've been living with that my entire life, and there have been so many things that I couldn't do, or that I haven't missed out on, or that I couldn't do because of my skin. because I was just like, I don't even allow myself to go there mentally to think about what it would be like to do those things, because I know I just can't do that with my skin. So growing up, the way my family, my parents would take care of my skin, lots of moisturizer and topical steroids. As my eczema got worse, as I got older, I started taking care of my own body, I started putting the steroids everywhere, even my face, on my eyelids, like especially around my eyes and around my mouth, and all of, all those very sensitive areas of your body, of your skin, where your skin is so sensitive, or you shouldn't be putting those, especially not on a daily basis. That was my way of handling it, and I was always so frustrated with my skin. I was like, this is messed up. I was very much in a victim mentality. I was like, I have done nothing, but now my skin is messing everything up again. Every time I had a flare up, I would get so upset and I would try to hide it, and it was so painful, and I was embarrassed for it, and I was trying to just I completely exiled that part of me, because the eczema, the sensitive skin, is a part of me, and I completely what and Zima just saw something. I completely exiled that part of me. I was like, I hate my skin. I hate my skin so much. I'm so angry at my skin. So, and part of this is also that I never really took my skin problems seriously. And that might sound a little bit counterintuitive, because you might think like, hey Laura, you have flare-ups, you have rashes, what do you mean you didn't take it seriously? Well, I was just like, yeah, I have eczema, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna take good care of it because I'm just so angry at it. I'm so fed up with it. I just wanted to go away, and did things that I shouldn't have done with my skin. Hey. Hi. So I'm jumping all over the place, but last year I hit my rock bottom in terms of my overall health, and especially my skin health. My body's clearly trying to tell me something, and I have to start listening, because there was a voice inside of me that I knew I could take the Dupixent, bless you, and my skin would probably get better. I work in research. I have read the papers. I looked at, the data. Dupixent seems like a very promising, and for some people, really life-changing medication. And if it's right for you, and you can financially afford it, go for it. This is not me discouraging anyone from it, but when I was in that doctor's office and I was just like, something, I couldn't put my finger on what it was. That was just this little voice inside of me that was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. It just didn't feel right. I was just like, I don't want another band-aid. I want finally a solution. Dupixent, just like any other kind of skin drug out there, it is not a cure. It's putting a band-aid on it, and I was just so done with band-aids. I wanted a solution. I wanted to get to the root. I wanted to figure out what the hell is going on. So this little voice inside of me, that was, I don't know what to call it, my intuition, my higher self. I don't know, a version of me who knew that I don't need this medication. What I need to do is to slow down, to sit my booty down, and to just start listening. And now I can sit here 6, 7, 8 months later, I don't know. And I can sit here and I can tell you, I am on no medication. I am not using my topical steroids anymore. I went through topical steroid withdrawal and it was painful. It was terrible. I was sitting at work and I was, looking down on my shirt and it was just like skin flakes everywhere, and it was so painful and it was so bad, and people asking you, are you okay? What's going on? And the embarrassment that I was feeling to show up and to face the biggest fear that I've ever had, which is my skin. And I did it. And I feel like, especially in the first 3 months, I went to hell and back multiple times, every day. But I learned so much and have really started listening and honoring my body and especially my skin, and realized what a gift I have, that I have a system integrated in my body that tells me immediately when something is wrong. So last night I was laying in bed and everything was great. Window slightly cracked, breeze is coming in, like a nice breeze coming in. I'm laying in bed, I'm showered, I'm ready to go to sleep. Zima is laying, at my feet. Zima is, I have been dreaming of having a dog since I was a child. So this is literally, and she's a husky too. So I've always wanted a husky, so this is literally a dream come true. I'm laying in bed, she's at my feet, I'm reading a good book, and I am thinking to myself, tomorrow is the day where I'm gonna finally make this YouTube video that I've been thinking about for so long. And I'm not kidding you, within the next 60 seconds, my skin starts, my face, it's starting to get itchy. My eyes are starting to get watery. I'm just like, what is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Why is this happening right now? I'm having such a good time. It's such a good moment. Gay Hendricks calls this your reaching or hitting your upper limit. And you might say, maybe I'm allergic to her, maybe there was something in the air, maybe I don't know. But I was like, no, I'm not. This is not allergies, this is not anything outside, this is me. This is my subconscious being like, oh my god, this is so good. What's gonna happen? What is gonna happen that is gonna ruin us? This is too much happiness at once. And we gotta get you back. We gotta get you back to baseline. And unfortunately, my baseline for so long was stress, was being depressed, extremely anxious, dysregulated, uncomfortable, in pain, so much sadness, so much grief. Where I'm like, my skin, the itching was like a way for my body to bring me back to like, no, you can't feel too good, because if you feel too good, something bad is gonna happen. My past, versions of me coming back and just trying to keep me safe, just being like, oh, we can't trust this. When's the next shoe gonna drop? So funktioniert das leider nicht, Baby. Komm mal hier rüber. I have started to get compliments on my skin. I have started to get compliments on my skin, which is something that I'm not someone who gets compliments on her skin, because that is insane. People tell me, your skin looks so healthy, you're glowing. They're like, wow. And if this is possible for me, coming from what I looked like just a few months ago, then this is possible for other people too. This is just what I'm trying to put out here, that instead of trying to find another band-aid, slow down, sit with yourself, and listen. Connect with your body again, and you will figure out what you need to heal. And part of this is accepting that it's gonna take a while. This is not an overnight solution, but once you figure it out, once you have reconnected with yourself, this is a gift and wisdom and knowledge about yourself that nobody will be able to take from you. This is something that you will carry for the rest of your life, and you can apply this to so many other areas in your life. It's tough. It is really tough to sit with yourself And to, once you listen, to realize how, what's the word, disaligned, unaligned, I don't know, how I was not in alignment with myself in my life, that there were so many things that I was doing. Now looking back, where I was like, yeah, of course my body was in constant fight or flight. Of course my body was constantly inflamed. Of course there were so many illnesses that I was carrying with me, where I'm like, now I can see that. But back then, no, I would have told you this is not me. This is just my genetic makeup, my DNA. There's nothing I can do about this. But yes, I was able to do something about this, and you can too. How good it feels, when you finally get back into the driver's seat of your own life, because your skin is just that one way that I guess the universe chose to show you that something is not working for you. Ask yourself the question, and this is really hard, and I'm still struggling with this sometimes on certain days. What am I doing that is causing this? What is my body trying to tell me? And for me, this meant that I needed to pull the emergency brake. I lost a really good friendship. I had to stop doing a lot of things that I used to do because I realized they were actually not good for me. They didn't make me feel good. And I was just doing them because of fear of being alone, the fear of being weird, the fear of being that, the weird one out, being abandoned, the fear of, I don't know, just so much fear, and just repeating the patterns that I saw growing up, that I just adopted into, my own life, that I was perpetuating without even actually thinking about it. And this is the tough part. Once you bring it out from your subconscious into your consciousness, then you're like, oh no, now I gotta do something about this. Now I gotta be the person who eats well. Now I gotta be the person who prioritizes rest, who prioritizes health. I feel like I completely switched my life 180 degrees, and that came with a lot of pain, with a lot of working on myself and standing in that storm and facing it, and just realizing how much of the pain that I have experienced in my adulthood, not talking about childhood, how much of the pain that I've experienced I kind of did to myself, because I chose to stay in these situations. I chose to stay in these relationships. Nobody forced me to make these certain decisions. I was just so unaware. That is normal. That is part of growing. That is part of maturing. That's part of the individuation process that we all go through when we become adults. There were certainly some aspects of my life that needed to change. That once I slowed down, so many things became clearer of what's good for me and what's not good for me. And there are still parts of my life that I'm trying to figure out. Like, I haven't figured it all out. I don't think anyone has. If I'm starting to get itchy in a situation, this is not a coincidence. This is my body telling me, hey, look, what's happening? And sometimes, and this is the more tricky part, it's my body trying to keep me safe. That's what it is at the end of the day. It's my body trying to keep me safe. But your body is also trying to keep you safe from doing things that you've never done before, because that's novel. And novelty, uncertainty, very scary to the human brain. When I realized, okay, it is not just my body telling me, okay, you're overspending yourself again, you're overextending yourself, you're going too far. It's also my body's way of being like, okay, you're doing something that is causing uncertainty. You're doing something that I'm talking about my body and me, that I might get judged for, you know, put myself in danger, so to speak, go into a situation that I don't know how to handle. That's also my body trying to keep me safe. Finding a way to dance this intricate line between, okay, I know I'm gonna do something that is triggering out of me, like making this video. This is why I had a flare-up last night too. Something I've never done before, something that is really scary, where my skin is like, no, 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 we're not gonna do this. And then having the strength and the bravery and being like, okay, thank you for letting me know. I know this is scary, but I'm gonna do it anyway, because logically speaking, I know nothing bad is gonna come of this, but the parts of me that are trying to just protect me, I just want to honor them. I want to thank them. And you can do that by meditation, you can do that by talking to them, you can do that by letting out this extra energy, dancing, working out, resting. Have I talked about rest yet? Have I talked about how important that is? Sleep. And I don't just mean like, oh, like usually you sleep 6 hours and now you get 7 hours. No, I mean like consistent rest, consistent good and deep rest. So yeah, I think that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for listening, for bearing with me. I know this was all over the place, but I'm so proud of me that I did this. And we're gonna go home now because it's getting actually pretty chilly. Right? I think my ear is dirty now. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, bye.